Yep, I'm back. So, this video is for my final exam, and today I've been given the freedom to talk about whatever I want. So, I thought I'd start off first by talking about what's most important to me. Hands down, probably family. Most people don't know that I'm actually adopted, and so that I feel to myself that I have a greater appreciation for what family actually is and stands for, because without my family, without my parents, honest to God, I would probably be picking, beans out in the field somewhere. And I'm dead serious, because that's a lot of what happens to those kids that grow up in Guatemala, which is a very, very poor country. So I definitely have a lot to thank for them. As far as education goes, that's probably the second most important. My parents raised me that education came first. It came before having fun, came before sports, all that stuff. And I've definitely held myself to high standards when it comes to education. I've always done my homework. I've always, had to go the extra mile when it came to school. But now that I'm here, I definitely thank them for pushing me day and night. Through all the adversity I had to go through, it was absolutely worth it. So, more about me. I come from a very large town, about 30 minutes outside of New York City, called West Orange. We're pretty diverse. The high school we have Asians and African Americans and whites to just about everything you can imagine, but for the most part it's all black. And another thing that most people don't know about me is that I'm actually half Mayan and Aztec, so I am Native American, which I know I like to believe gave me a little edge when I applied to college by checking off the Native American box. But I don't know. I think it's cool because not a lot of people know what I am. They come up and ask me, are you white? Are you Hispanic? I don't blame them. Sometimes I don't even know what I am. But yeah, I was well respected in my high school. I was one of the popular kids. People knew who I was. I was a two-sport varsity athlete. I was in plenty of honors and AP classes. I went through high school, almost without a care in the world. I showed up. I did what I had to do. I made friends. People liked me, and I got along with just about everyone. I was in the band. I played the alto sax. I played the bass clarinet. I played the contrabass clarinet. So yeah, I did get a lot of shit for kind of being into music, but I was pretty well-rounded kid. I did just about everything. So what do I want to do with my life? Let's see. Well, I want to be a CPA, when all is said and done. But I like to leave, my options open. Right now I'm studying economics, and I actually kind of like that more than I would, I'd say, accounting, which I was exposed to in high school. So, yeah, now a lot of people think that being a CPA is boring and whatnot, and I don't know. When I took those classes, I thought it was pretty interesting. So I thought that was something, I'd want to go into college and have a mindset, unlike other kids that kind of just went in undecided or picked like psychology or something that, you really don't know where it's going to take you. So what do I want to see? Let's see. I've always wanted to go to Europe. I've never actually been outside of the country, not including Puerto Rico, because that's a U.S. province, or territory rather. So I definitely want to go to Great Britain or Italy or France. One of the more popular ones over there. And where have I been? I've been to Puerto Rico and Hawaii. Hawaii was probably the most exciting vacation I've been on. It's probably the most beautiful state or place in the world, in my opinion. I spent about 7 days there. We did everything from boogie boarding, snorkeling, going out to dinner. We saw a volcano. There's just so much out there. We visited 3 of the islands: the Big Island, Maui, and there was another one I forget. But all of them were just as beautiful as the next. So that was probably one. Oh, and I got to swim with a sea turtle, which was roughly, I want to say, like 70 years old. It had been coming there for like a long time, and it was well documented. These pair of turtles, so I got to go swimming with them. which I thought was pretty unreal. To swim with something like that, getting as close as I was certainly exciting. So yeah, that's where I've been. It's definitely my trip to Hawaii is definitely given me some insight into what I'd like to do with my life. I would definitely like to maybe move someplace warmer, not necessarily tropical like Hawaii or in the Bahamas or something like that, but someplace down south. I applied to a lot of colleges down here. I like the area, and I just like how it's a little different than New Jersey, where I'm from. But yeah, I would definitely consider having my honeymoon out there, even though it takes half a day to fly out there, which is brutal. I just wish it was a little closer, because I think everyone should definitely visit Hawaii. It's on. You wouldn't believe how beautiful it is there. So more about me. Yeah, freshman year's coming to a close, and I've definitely learned a lot more this year than I think I have in high school. One of the biggest things that I've come across is first impressions. All the first impressions I've had of people here have all been wrong, and that's never happened. I just thought that was really interesting. Some of the people that I met here that I thought I was going to be really good friends with, turned out to be some of the lowest people I've ever met, which is kind of sad. But I guess it's good that I was exposed to that. I know what that feels like now. And other kids that I thought I was just going to see every day, say hi and whatnot, or kids that I thought were jerks at first, are some of my closest friends here. So I definitely have Maryland to thank for that, just exposing me to all these people. Because Maryland's much like my high school. It's very diverse. There's all, it's big too. I just felt that this was the place to come. I don't feel out of place here at all. Much like many of my friends who wanted to stay close to home or go to a place less populated with, a little less crime than we have here. But I, honest to God, can say that I've enjoyed just about every second I've spent here. And, I'd like to thank my parents for that, and my teachers and my friends, because I wouldn't be here without them.